I was going through your IMDb and I saw you on the early Disney Channel stuff. How was that experience?
The Disney Channel stuff was really interesting. It was fun. Um, you're dealing with people that are kid actors, and you're dealing with an iconic name, right? So the studios you're dealing with were amazing, highly creative people, right? Highly professional and highly creative, and the writing is top notch. So you know dealing dealing and having that experience was so amazing because it helped me understand that how kids work and how adults work simultaneously, and it taught me a lot about acting in terms of um, I I didn't necessarily have to have everything perfect, right? Because the kids weren't having everything perfect. They would flub their lines constantly, and I looked at that opportunity as I looked at that moment as an opportunity to go. I don't have to be perfect as an actor. I just have to do my job in terms of memorizing the lines and being in the moment with people.
When you're saying that it was interesting, the relationship between the like experienced people in the industry and the kids, what do you mean by that?
Well, well, the adults like the directors and the producers, they have years of experience, putting a show like this together, right? And so when they audition for people, they audition. If it's a kid show like on Disney, they either have names that they're looking at with kids that have a certain amount of experience, or they're auditioning for kids that don't have experience and bring them on into this platform. So you have an integration of massive wisdom and experience and massive and on the other side of it, you have kids that are extremely playful in the moment and not as experienced, right? But it's because of that synergy, which I found that on Disney it was just so amazing because they were able to pull off some really good stuff. And when you have a good director and you have good actors, that's where it's at, in my opinion, at least. So that's. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, you were on Hannah Montana and The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Growing up in the 2000s, I used to love those shows. I was a fan of Miley Cyrus when she was still Hannah Montana. And you were on that show. Did you get to actually meet Miley Cyrus or any of the other supporting cast? Or the way that it's structured, is it just you go in, do your lines, and then you go out?
I was on stage in a scene with Miley Cyrus. It- you know, her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus, um, was there as well. And so there's this moment. Let me kind of paint this picture for you. Um, so we were doing the scene. Miley Cyrus was singing this song, and I was part of the band. So I was playing the bass, and we each had to bring our own instruments to play. And so I brought my Fender precision bass that I had at the time, and it was I think it was like a 1980s USA made. Anyhow, so the reason why I bring that up is as I was pulling that out and kind of rehearsing the scene, her dad comes up to me and just stares at me. And I'm like, why is Billy Ray Cyrus just looking at me, man? This is so awkward. And he comes up and he approaches me. He says, "Is that your bass?" And I go, "Yes, sir." Right. And he's like, "You a bass player?" I go, "Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely." And he kind of just nods and smiles and he walks away. And I'm freaking out. Like, what's just happened? Did I do something wrong? Was I not, so nothing was revealed, right? Like he didn't tell me why he was asking me those questions, right? So but essentially, that scene, we got to be her backup band, and it was such a fun scene. Yeah. Yeah, it was just a really, really good scene.
Yeah,
Really
that must
fun.
have been like quite iconic because like you always see Billy Ray Cyrus, he's like with that cowboy look, and just describing that, it sounds like out of this world.
I mean,
uh,
after he left without saying anything, man, the song that was running through my head was his top hit, which is "Achy Breaky Heart." I'm a Billy Ray. You left me with an achy breaky heart, man. Come on, give me something, man.